never know. You never know. All right, so here we go. Let's go live. All right, it says I'm live, so I must be live. Welcome to our Christmas extravaganza. We are probably—
The world has waited 5 years, 11.
Stop that. Hold on, I gotta turn off my stream here. There you go. I'll just kill this whole thing in general. But anyway, we are here. Welcome to our Christmas extravaganza. We are probably towards the tail end, but we still have all this week. And today we have a very special guest. Ricky Somborn is here. And also we will be talking about some Enya today. So I thank Ricky for being here and devoting his time to us today. And also I thank Enya for donating one of the eight ukuleles that we are giving away for this extravaganza. Make sure, if you haven't already, to sign up ukelikethepros.com/Christmas. ukelikethepros.com/Christmas. You got to sign up, and then you have to post just one video. That's it. We kind of, it's not so much a challenge. We just want you to be active and participating. One Christmas song. It can be from the ones that we're doing this year, which are 7 new songs you'll have. It could be one from our last year's challenge, which was like 7 songs, I think. And we're even open to hearing your own Christmas rendition. You can sing, you can play, you can finger pick, you can do a backing track, you can do a chord melody. Just kind of, we're leaving it open. We just want to get you involved for this holiday season. So anyway, I'm real excited that you're here. We are live here on YouTube. Welcome everybody that's here on YouTube. And then afterwards, we'll go to the Zoom call with Ricky, and that's for the VIPs and also all our platinum members. So if you want to become a VIP or a platinum member, we'll put a link right here in the chat for you. Come get involved and just meet the community that we have over here if you haven't already. So, but we look forward to that. All right, what I wanted to do before I bring Ricky on, I'll bring him on in just 1 second, is that I met Enya originally. I didn't meet Enya. That's not one person. I met all the representatives, the owner for Enya at the last NAMM show, which was not last year in 2020, but 2019. And then that's where we kind of started a relationship. They gifted me, I don't know, it was a lot of ukuleles. I walked out, I had a whole handful of ukuleles. And then I became an Enya dealer after that. And then we've just continued to build our relationship with that. And so before I bring Ricky on, I wanted to just make sure you understood the full kind of line of Enya. I'm just going to show you a couple ukuleles here because they're such a diverse company in what they're making. And by the way, for today, we are doing a little special off all the Enyas today, 10% off all of the Enyas. We'll put that link right here in the chat in a second. But what I like about Enya is a lot of you may know them through these Novas, which are great ukes, a carbon fiber type material, durable. They come in minis, which are like sopranos, concerts, and the tenors, which are the newest of the batch, which actually has metal frets on the tenors. They come with pickups, some without, and they come in a variety of colors. I think the tenors only come in black and white for now, but they also, all the concerts come in a variety of colors, from pink, the red, the blue, the black, the white. So anyway, the Novas are great instruments, and they sound actually really nice, and they're cool. They're travel friendly, they're light, they're durable. So a lot of you may know the Enyas are there. What you may not know is that they probably make one of the most affordable solid ukuleles on the planet. Actually, the solid mahogany, which are really cool. These are the I think they're the U2 models. Okay, so the U2 models are really nice, regular solid wood, and they do make some laminate stuff as well. So those are nice ukes as well. Ricky probably has a couple too that he can share with us, and then. Some of you may not know, and by the way, that coupon is in the chat. While we're here, go ahead and throw in where you're from. I see a lot of people, Louisiana, Los Angeles, Berlin, Germany. Yeah, throw in the chat where you are. But what Canada is in the house. What you may not know is that Enya actually makes some high-end ukuleles as well. And so of course, I'm not going to show all of their line, but I just wanted to bring out one of their special ukes they make. And this is one that I have as well. And this is the Enya Mermaid, okay, the A8 Mermaid, solid koa, really, I mean, premium koa, armrest. They have one of their nice pickups installed in it. Beautiful abalone inlay of the mermaid scene on it. So anyway, really somewhat high-end ukuleles, but still at a really crazy price. Because if you looked at an instrument like this for maybe one of the Hawaiian brands, you would be well into the probably $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 real easy. So these Enya Mermaids are really nice. So anyway, like I mentioned, they do run a big gamut of different instruments from entry level to travel size to high end, and they do guitars as well. Matter of fact, they sent me a guitar recently that I have to do a review on. So anyway, all right, I just want to talk about that. Get to Enya, get your orders in. We are getting close to Christmas, so make sure you get your orders in by Thursday for normal UPS ground shipping, because things are crazy. Things are crazy. Shipping is crazy. The shop is crazy, and we want to make sure you get all your gifts on time. That's store.ukelikethepros.com. And then if you're looking to get a course or a membership for someone, we have those available as well at ukelikethepros.com. So, all right, you're in for a real treat today. I'm going to bring on our guest here. Ricky is grown tons in his influence on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, and as he's building his audience. I'm going to share all his links with you as well. So I hope that you get over there and subscribe to his channel, subscribe to all his social media stuff as well. And he is getting very close to 100,000 subscribers. That is absolutely insane and awesome. 100,000, and he needs your help. We're going to put his link to that as well. So go over to his YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe to that. So, all right, let me bring him on now. Our guest of honor, Ricky, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Thank you for having me.
All right. Great to see you. Thanks for coming in today. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Let me make you a co-host here. Hold on.
All right.
There we go. All right. So we know this because we already had a brief conversation, but where are you calling in from?
Currently, I am in Florida, but I was in Belgium for the past 3.5 months. And I just got back to Florida last week or a week, I don't know, 10 days ago, something like that. But I'm stationed in Florida here. So, just keeping warm, trying to survive the winters. So.
Yeah, so I was unsure if you were in Belgium or, sometimes people post stuff and they say they're in different places. So we were trying to figure out. So you actually were in Belgium. What were you doing in Belgium?
So I went to a few music stores in Europe, and then also a lot of my family is in Europe, and I haven't seen them in 2 years. So it was nice to be able to sort of catch up with them for a little bit, but it was just nice to be able to, as soon as kind of things were slowing down, with everything, it was nice to be able to see them. So that's kind of why I was there. But so it was mainly half work, half family.
Okay. And so when you said you were visiting music stores, what were you doing?
Yeah, so there's local music stores in Brussels, especially specifically, and then I also went in Berlin, and then I was supposed to go to London for the the Duke of I forget the store, the Duke of London, or I forget what the name is. It's a pretty famous little uke shop in London, and fortunately I wasn't able to go because kind of things escalated there, but so it was kind of just going and meeting some of the local music stores and shops there. Okay,
that's awesome. Yeah, well, who knows that name of that so is it Duke of Uke or Duke of, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, man, to go to 3 months, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's really
nice.
All right, and you're back now. And so first of all, I want to say congratulations on you're getting very close to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. That is awesome, man. That is awesome.
Crazy.
I mean, I don't even know the exact date, but But you haven't, your YouTube channel hasn't even been around that long. So how long, when did you start your YouTube channel?
Yeah, so I mean, I started YouTube randomly, like when I was living in New York City. I was working in like advertising marketing. And then basically the summer of 2018, I quit my job because I was like unhappy with where I was at. I didn't really want to, work in a corporate world at that point. I was like kind of tired of it. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna switch gears, maybe go to video. So about 2 weeks after I quit my job, I went home to visit my family in Florida. I broke my ankle, and then I was jobless. I was basically bedridden for like a month and a half, waiting for my ankle to fully heal so I couldn't walk. So I started learning the guitar, and then the guitar was too big to hold in bed while playing in bed. So then I basically typed in like small guitar, which is funny now that that's like a thing that I do now, I joke about. But and then basically I started playing the uke end of 2018, early 2019. I started learning through channels like you, through Bernadette, through Cynthia Lynn, through like a lot of the uke greats. And then I started posting on Instagram in like mid 2019. And now I guess I'm here, which is, yeah.
I mean, think about that, everybody. A lot of people are here, just thinking about, scared maybe to do it. 2019, 2018, 2019, and here we are less than 2 years later, or 2 years later about, and you're about to hit 100,000 subscribers. So that's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's not an easy task. So, all right, cool. I mean, and then also tell us a little bit about like your other social media channels that you're big on, your Instagram, your TikTok. What are you trying to do with those channels?
Yeah, I mean, so mainly for Instagram, that's where I kind of started. I just started randomly posting videos out of the blue. Nobody kind of ever heard me sing. I never was interested in singing. I never took music classes, so I'm self-taught singing and playing. So I never really had any classical training. So I just randomly started posting on Instagram, and Instagram for me is just a place where I just post funny things, try to make people laugh. I mean, I don't know where I have like little tiny hands that I'll sometimes just randomly post, and just try to play with tiny hands and just have a like fun community on Instagram. YouTube, I teach, I do tutorials and I do play-alongs, and the way I teach is the way I like to learn. So it's not super like again, I'm self-taught, so I kind of just teach the way things that make sense for me. So if you're a true beginner, I feel like that maybe that helps because we're kind of maybe at the same level, or the videos when I created back in the day. And a lot of people, I get feedback saying like, oh, it's like the dumbed down version of what I need. And I was like, perfect. That's me. I'm the ukulele for dummies, so that's kind of where my channel is. And I'm happy with that. I like to be the gateway into, the intermediate and expert levels. So I like to be able to make learning a new skill and learning music as least intimidating and as accessible and fun as possible. Because we all know that learning an instrument, especially the uke or guitar, is frustrating in the beginning. So I try to make it as fun and just easy as possible. So we don't do the super hard chords just yet. We kind of like go around the super hard chords. Like if there's an E, maybe we'll do an E7, you know what I mean? Like make it easier. So that way you don't get frustrated right off the bat. And then TikTok is like something where I'm slowly venturing in. But yeah, Instagram and YouTube are my main socials.
Yeah, and now I'm hearing you, Ricky, but let's not kid yourself here. Ricky has, he has. I mean, he's a great ukulele player, and he hasn't even been playing that long. But you have a phenomenal voice.
Thank you.
That's the one thing that shines above. So even though I like what you're doing about the easy approach to some chords, some rhythm, some songs, but you have a fantastic voice. And that's one thing I think, at least from my eyes, when I watch your videos, really, really shines over everything.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So I appreciate you being here. So you're here. Well, you have your own ukulele with a brand, and you have a bunch of stuff, but you're here today with Enya because you've had a long relationship with Enya.
Yeah.
And they're great people. They're a great company.
Love them.
I like their ukes. I showed you like 3 here earlier. I'm not sure.
I have
model is that one?
wall
A
of
whole
the
wall back
concert. So I kind of like Enya's. That's the concert size. I'm basically this whole like little recording area just surrounded by ukes, which is absolutely like a dream of mine. And this is probably one of my go-tos, which is the solid mahogany tenor uke with the sort of cherry blossom flower design. And it does come in a concert size as well, but I like the tenor. I'm slowly growing into more of a tenor, ukulele boy at this point, but I'm usually a concert size uke player, but I'm trying to slowly get into the tenor and maybe baritone, you never know. But
Nice.
yeah, I absolutely love it. I love the sound of Enya's.
Yeah, it looks good on you.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that the what model is that you have there?
It's the EUTMS.
Okay.
So it's the mahogany tenor, and I just love the detail on it. And then again, like it doesn't break the bank, which is really nice on my wallet because I tend to be a uke hoarder. So I like if I see a new uke, I'm like, oh, that looks awesome, and I'm like, all right, the price, I can work around that. I can do that. But yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Now are you a high G or a low G player?
Ooh, I was originally, I didn't even know when I first started. Again, I had no clue about the uke. I only thought it came in soprano size. I had no clue that there was other sizes. And then I remember on YouTube one day, somebody commented on my video. It's like, there's other sizes, right? I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, there's a concert, there's tenor, there's baritone. I'm like, oh my God. So then I got a concert size uke after that. And then eventually somebody was like, there's a low G, right? I'm like, what? So I kind of switch between just regular and then low G, but I love low G. I'm starting to really love it a lot.
Yeah, it's got it gives you a little bit of a different timbre.
Yeah.
And some of that bass that is missing sometimes in the uke.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if you haven't followed Ricky, let's get Ricky to 100,000 followers. I think you only got 6 to go, or less than 6. We should be able to get there by the end of the year, before the new year. So
fingers crossed.
Yeah, that is awesome. All right, so why don't we do this? I know you have a couple songs prepared for us. Why don't you introduce one of them for us and play one?
All right, so the first song, I feel like it's a Christmas classic. It's Jingle Bell Rock. I did this one last year with an amazing singer, songwriter, ukulele player, Abby Lyons. She's absolutely amazing. We did I think that was one of my first duets, collabs for a Christmas special last year. So this one I absolutely love, and I feel like it's just a classic. So we'll start off with that one. All right. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell swing and jingle bell ring. Snowing and blowing and bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell chime in jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air. What a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. Mix and mingle in a jingling beat. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. A jingle bell swing and jingle bell ring. Snowing and blowing and bushes of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. A jingle bell chime in jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air. What a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock. Mix and mingle in jingling beats. That's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell rock. I never know how to end songs, so I just kind of do that.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Beautiful. Key of G for that one. We did it this year in the key of A. So I think the original is in A flat, so you could really go either way.
Yeah.
So that's a good question. How do you determine? Because probably the ukulele is it's a great sounding instrument. It works better in open tunings, C, E, A, that kind of stuff versus like B flat or E flat. How do you determine what key you're gonna do a song in?
I mean, again, a lot of it is just finding, especially for me, maybe it's a little bit selfish. I'm like, what makes it sound the best for me? And then I'm like, everybody else can figure it out. But usually it works pretty well. I mean, I kind of just play around with it. Again, I feel like I have a pretty good ear when it comes to a lot of these things. So whenever especially if it's a new song, I basically just sit in this room, it's completely quiet, and I listen to the song on loop, and I kind of just play around with the chords. And it's funny because a lot of the songs that will come out that day from new artists that are not even on the internet, like there's no lead sheets or anything. So it's really fun to kind of compare what I come up with to what other maybe more professional people come up with. Again, I'm self-taught, so it's a lot by ear. So I kind of just play around and try to make it sound as much as the original as possible, but also fits to my voice and maybe other people that can't sing super high or super low, just kind of stay in the neutral.
Yeah, that's a great point. And it's funny, if you look at a lot of different, I was just seeing if you look at a lot of different books too that are out there, or stuff online from the Daily Ukulele book or stuff you see online, there's a lot of variety in chords, right? It's not, I mean, the majority are the same, but then there's always different chords here and there. So that's why, like Ricky's saying, you find one and your ear will guide you. Like, I don't know if that chord sounds best. Let's do this chord instead. And that's totally fine in songs unless you're specifically trying to copy something identical. But it's totally fine to do that. Make your arrangement kind of your own.
Yeah.
And I love that, Ricky, because I haven't harped on it for a while, but always just going online to, let's say, one of the tab sites or the lyrics sheet sites. What I've noticed is that all those sites have the same versions up there. So if one of them is wrong, let's just say it wrong, then they're all wrong, So you have to listen. You have to listen to it. Don't always rely on what you see online. Listen to the original and try to come up with something that works for you.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I remember when I first started, I had no clue about, any of the chords. So that was like my go-to, was going online and then trying to play this songs. And then I would kind of hear them and I'd be like, oh, that doesn't really sound right. But at that time, I had no clue how to figure out, variations of chords or any other chords that could be, a replacement. So now it's really cool that I've been doing this for a little bit to be able to be like, all right, that doesn't sound right. But I kind of already know in the back of my head, I'm like, that could work. I could change it to an A or something that, that is equal to, or maybe a little bit better sounding, that might not be to the original to a T, but in my head, it sounds, or it makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. And what I do relate a lot with you, Ricky, is the singing aspect. There are some, not every ukulele player or teacher or influencer out there all sing. But singing a song, and I've learned this kind of the hard way this year with the Christmas songs we're doing. What you said earlier is finding the key for your voice is very important, because our voices all sit in different ranges. Even if you take two, let's say, male voices and they're both tenors, even those tenors can sit in different ranges. So I've learned this year with songs like Last Christmas, the Wham song. I did it in original key, and I had to go use my falsetto a lot for it. Yeah. And then it makes you realize like how good like George Michael, for example, really was like how talented he was as a not only a songwriter but just a singer.
Exactly. No, I mean, it's definitely, as soon as you start singing the songs, you're like, wow, they make it sound so easy. And then you're just like, I don't know what to do. So then that's when you're kind of, the changing of the chords comes in and you're just like, all right, this sounds a little bit better. I don't have to sound like, a squeaky little rat. So that way to try to come up with the actual sound, which is, never good, especially if you want to put on the internet and live there forever for people to comment about how you sound like a squeaky little rat, which I've gotten a couple times, but
We all we all get that. We all get that. And so and we just put the code in the thing in honor of Ricky today and of also of Enya. We are doing 10% off all Enyas that we have at the store today. So thank you again, Ricky, for being here and taking your time out of your schedule. What are your plans here for the rest of this holiday season? Are you staying in town now?
yeah, so I'm gonna be in Florida for the holiday season for Christmas, New Year's, and then basically in the new year, I'm hoping to make my way west to California, and then eventually, hopefully, if things clear up more in Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii, but I would love to go to Hawaii and stay there for a few months. For my life is kind of nomadic. I like to kind of go wherever the wind blows, and which is nice to be able to do that. So hopefully I can make my way west and just kind of meet other uke players. It's cool to be able to, I met some in Germany when I was there in Europe, and it was awesome to be able to actually meet people in real life, because I feel like we've been void of human, contact, especially new people, for a couple years now. So it was really nice to be able to finally meet some of the online creators that I've been either learning from or seeing online.
Yeah, no, for sure. And people may not know this, but you actually lived in California for a while,
Yeah.
and Ricky actually helped me for a while when he was here, and then during that time I think is when you kind of transitioned back to Florida. But Ricky helped me at Ukelikethepros because I was getting so overwhelmed myself, and I needed help. So I appreciate all the help that you gave me during that time. And Ricky knows a lot about social media, SEO, that kind of stuff as well. So, all right, I got to ask you about this because where did the Potato Squad? How did that come about? Tell us about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I have a potato right here. So we our little community is called the Potato Squad. I was in one of the live streams. I think I used to do a live stream twice a week for a year straight during the beginning of the pandemic, because I was like, all right, we're all home. We all can't really see. Maybe some people are by themselves during the pandemic. Let's go live twice a week on YouTube. So we really built a nice community on there. And one day, in one of the live streams, we have like topics that we like to talk about. And I forget, somebody was talking about their favorite food. And I said, obviously potato is like a go-to for anybody. Potatoes are delicious. You can't go wrong with a potato. And then for the entire 2-hour live stream, we were talking about the different ways that we like to eat potatoes, cook potatoes, fried potatoes, whatever. And then eventually somebody said that, oh, we're like the Potato Squad. And that kind of stuck. And then there was all these different sayings like loyal to my soil and all these other really fun little potato sort of sayings. So then we just decided to become the Potato Squad. And it's, really awesome to see people just identifying as a potato at this point, because potatoes are delicious and everybody loves them. So I'm happy to be a potato.
All right, I love it. Yeah. Before we have you do another song, and then we'll head on over to the private Q&A. So besides your YouTube channel, your main channel where you're doing your music, you also have a second YouTube channel as well, a vlog channel. And what is the purpose, and what do you do on that channel?
Yeah, so I mean, the second channel is more like it somewhat is related to music. It's more of my like daily life. I started also just wanting to people get to know me a little bit better, because I feel like through the play alongs tutorials, you learn the chords. I'm somewhat funny in the tutorials, which is nice, but like you don't really get a sense of like who I am in a tutorial. So the second channel, I kind of just wanted to start conversations with, a lot of the Potato Squad members. We like to just hang out. So that's kind of a place that we go on there. I also just talk about random things in my life. So, losing weight was a big thing on that second channel and trying to be a lot healthier. So during the pandemic, just trying to make better choices. So that was like a big thing in there. And a lot of people kind of hopped on that little health train as well. So it was cool to be able to not just during the pandemic try to make myself feel healthier, better, but a lot of other little Potato Squad members also were like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna try to eat healthier for the day, for the week, and try to go from there. So that's kind of why we built the second channel, is just to post the things that maybe we couldn't post on the main channel.
Yeah, awesome. All right, we'll put links of all that stuff. So and by the way, there's been some great comments here on both the YouTube and the Zoom. One of them says, Ricky, your voice is like butter. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Thanks. Mostly crunchy windy. Appreciate that. Doing that. All right. So why don't we do this? Why don't we have one more song, and then you give the YouTube people like a little words of wisdom, and then we'll hop over to the private Q&A.
All right. So I was thinking about like, do I want to do another Christmas song? Or, I mean, this one is a classic on the uke, and I feel like it could be kind of Christmassy, but everybody I think kind of knows it. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I think it's just a classic. It's one of my favorite songs to play, and I feel like I'm playing it every week just because I love to play this random song all the time. Well, it's not random, but I just play it all the time. But so I was like, you know what, we'll do that one. So this is Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dare to, why can't I? Well, I see trees of green and red roses too, and I'll watch them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, and I see clouds of white, and the brightness of day. I like the dark, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And the colors of the rainbow are so pretty, and the sky are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? And they're really saying, I love you. And I hear babies cry, and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops, and high above the chimney tops, that's where you find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, and the dreams that you dare to, I can't die.
Oh yeah. Now he snuck two songs in there, like the all right. So Somewhere Over the Rainbow and What a Wonderful World. So absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
Before I let you give some words of wisdom, someone was just asking about like the difference between the Enya Novas versus like a solid wood uke. And they're different, right? I mean, but I'll have to say that these sound really nice. They're really amazing. They're nice, slim, so they're easy to play. And they're just overall. They're just nice sounding, right? They're maybe not as organic as a wood, but really great. What do you like the Enya Novas?
Yeah, I love obviously the solid, this wood has really like sort of a smooth buttery sound, like somebody said in the comments, but I definitely love these. But also the Enya Nova U's I love to do when I do finger picking. I just love the sound that it creates. It's such a unique sound, and that's kind of what I love to, especially I'm doing like any kind of finger picking, I usually go with the Novas. But I mean, my go-tos, this is actually one of my favorites, but this is probably my all-time favorite, which is the EUC 25D. It's like literally like you can tell just where like my hand is wearing out the side because I play this so much. And the thing that I always love, one of the facts that I love this is that it's like so affordable, because I don't like to when somebody's like, oh, I just started playing the uke, I'm like, oh, there's a $800 uke that sounds amazing. I'm like, oh. So this one is like super affordable. So it's like, one, it's affordable, but two, it's like literally one of my go-tos all the time. But as I said, I'm trying to get into more of a tenor size uke. So this is definitely one of my go-tos for tenors, just because of the sound. But again, the woods for the Enyas are just, the sound is amazing. I can't even explain it, how much I do love them so much.
Yeah, they're great. And have you these been hard to get because they kind of new and due to COVID?
Oh, yeah.
Got one of the tenor sizes of the Novas yet?
Yes, I do. I have the black one. Yeah, it only comes in black, I think, and white. So, but I mean, obviously, I like kind of went crazy with the other colors. But yeah, again, the tenor is, and it's kind of built a little bit differently. They kind of upgrade a lot of the stuff from the concert, which, I mean, I love the concert, obviously. I have a little too many of them. But yeah, the tenors is like a chef's kiss.
Yeah, they added the metal frets versus the carbon fiber ones that they have in concerts. All right, so I want to thank everyone on YouTube. We're going to end the stream here in just a minute. I'm going to ask Ricky one last question, and then we'll go to the private call with everybody. So as I was talking earlier when we first came on, so Ricky, started roughly around, late 2018, 2019, self-taught, doesn't have a formal music training, teaches a lot of songs in the style that is very versatile for beginners to some intermediate players as well. So I want to just, as you go out here, Ricky, on the YouTube, I also want you to address just the putting yourself out there and encourage people to just start that channel. Well, actually, if you have a Gmail account, you already have a YouTube channel, but start posting some stuff. Sing. It doesn't matter if people are going to leave bad comments no matter what. Even if you have a voice as an angel, people will find some ways to criticize you. So give some people some words of wisdom, Ricky, on just putting yourself out there, singing too, because that's a big thing. People will put themselves out there playing, but then to open up their voice and let the world hear their voice too. But why don't you take us out with that?
Yeah, I mean, when I first started, I had zero. I didn't sing. I maybe sang in the shower a couple times, but like, it wasn't anything I thought. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this on YouTube. But I kind of just went for it. And I know that's a lot for some people to be like, I'm just gonna post myself and be vulnerable, because it is truly one of the most vulnerable things you can do, is putting art out there for people to, criticize and pick apart. But the way I always think of it, if it makes you happy, then, and it's not like hurting anybody, which I don't think your singing hopefully won't be hurting anybody, but just do it. And again, as you said, there's always going to be people out there that are going to be saying negative things, but I always say, I always think it's, when they're saying these negative things, they're kind of just projecting their own either insecurities, jealousies, or whatever, seeing you do something that maybe they've wanted to do as well secretly. So that's kind of the way I take it. And whenever somebody asks me like, when should I start, or how can I start? Now is the time. I don't, I think anytime, doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter how advanced you are, just start. And another thing that I really think really helps a lot, even if you don't post it automatically to social medias, if you want to just keep it for yourself, one of the things I always tell, people that start playing and they're like, I just started playing this week, is to film yourself. And I know some people don't want to film themselves. I mean, when I first started, I was like, what, do I have to edit my face and singing for hours on end? It's just excruciating, especially in the learning process. But once you kind of get the original video down of you first playing in the beginning, and a year from now, 6 months from now, you play the same song, you're going to see the progress, which is going to be insane, because, obviously you're with yourself 24/7. You don't realize how much you've progressed and how much you've grown with an instrument or singing or whatever you're doing. So when you kind of compare those two, it's crazy. And I've done that. I filmed the first time I ever picked up a uke. I filmed it, and it's on YouTube in like one of the vlogs. And I was joking like, oh, maybe this will be my next career, like not thinking that this is actually what I'll be doing in 2 years from now. So it was really cool to be able to sing and play the song, which was, for me, it was You Are My Sunshine. So I got to kind of compare those two and see how much I progressed. So even if you're not going to post it on social media right away, at least film yourself or film the audio, so that way you can, for yourself, you can see how much you've grown, which is, I think, a super important thing, especially if you want to keep going, because there's going to be tough times where you're like, I'm frustrated, my fingers hurt, they're cramping, I'm not great at it. But as soon as you kind of hear yourself from a few months ago, 6 months ago, a year, you're like, wow, this practice does make a difference, and just keep on going.
Yeah, I love it. Sorry, I mute myself so it doesn't jump into doing stuff. So yeah, absolutely incredible. And probably people can repeat this quote because I say it a lot to my our members. But if you're not a little embarrassed by your first video, then you waited too long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I didn't come up with that. I heard that somewhere, but I love it. I love it because that's true. If you're not embarrassed by it, and I don't know what your first video was, but my first video is how my hair's long, and yeah, I'm overexcited on the video. So
my first video is very embarrassing, and I still have it up, but I'll sometimes I'll look at it every 6 months. I'm like, ooh, all right, I'm doing something right where I'm embarrassed to watch this video. But yeah, so I definitely agree. If you're not cringing watching your first video, you're probably still at that level, which you're like, oh wow, that's not bad. It's like, oh well, no, you can do better. But yeah, definitely agree.
All right, well, good. Why don't you just say goodbye to the YouTube people here real quick?
All right, well, thank you so much for having me. Again, my name is Ricky Somborn. I'm on all the socials, and I really appreciate it, and hope you have a happy holiday. And yeah, just stay being a potato. Potato squad. It's cool. Be a potato.
All right, cool. I'm going to mute you just for a second, Ricky, and then we'll stay put. We'll join the Q&A with our members here. So, all right, y'all. That was Ricky Somborn. Let's give it up, emoji style in the chat. Incredible. I'm so thankful that he was able to join us today, sing some songs, share some wisdom with you. We've been putting all his links in the chat. Make sure if you haven't already, go follow him on all of the social media, his YouTube channel. Let's help him get over 100,000. I think he could do it by the end of this year. It's only like 5,500 to go or so. That's totally not totally doable and not a problem. And also his TikTok, his Instagram, his vlog channel as well on YouTube. So check him out. All right, we're going to end the stream here. I want to thank you. Don't forget, we are in the middle of this Christmas extravaganza. ukelikethepros.com/Christmas. You got to sign up. We're giving away 8 ukuleles. I think a week from tomorrow, 8 ukuleles, including an Enya uke that was donated to us from Enya. So sign up for that. And then in honor of Ricky, in honor of Enya, we're doing 10% off at the store today on all Enya. And then we have all the stuff that Ricky was playing earlier there. And then also we got 50% off the courses, which I think we're going to end. So we'll run it today. But I think that we're just going to end it. And I'm going to do something different. So if you 50% off all the courses at ukelikethepros.com for that. So, all right. Thank you. We are back tomorrow here on YouTube with another live. We have a live tomorrow. We have a video release on Thursday. We have another live on Friday. So make sure to check that out. Thank you, everybody here on YouTube. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to Ricky. Thank you to Enya. And we will see you next time. All right.